Stretching across Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties, the Kettle Moraine State Forest is a symbol of what the state of Wisconsin has to offer for fans of the outdoors.
Tonight, NBC 26's Eric Kress brings us to Campbellsport for tonight's Small Towns.
At the Kettle Moraine State Forest, nudged between the Fox Valley and Milwaukee, the remnants of Wisconsin's past are riddled across the countryside.
We are preserving a lot of the unique glacial landforms that were left behind by the glaciers of the last ice age.
Forest naturalist Jackie Scharfenberg has worked in these woods for over 20 years, long enough to know that what the sheets of glacial ice did here thousands of years ago makes this portion of Wisconsin one of a kind.
So it's pretty unique, not just in Wisconsin, but actually in the world. We have visitors that come from all over the world that are looking at our glacial landform.
Across the winding landscape that is riddled with hills today, two monster sheets of ice sideswiped each other about 22,000 years ago. In the aftermath is what we see now.
We also have cames that look like big gumdrops or Hershey Kisses on the landscape, eskers that look like snakes laid on top of the land. They were formed by rivers flowing underneath the glaciers.
But if you really want to take in some of the 30,000 acres worth of forest here, you're going to want to get out of the car.
The whole reason to come out to the property is because it is undeveloped and quieter.
At the Kettle Moraine State Forest, there is over 150 miles of total trails that you can recreate on, some of which will pop you out at Lake Moffy, where there's not a single cabin or speedboat in sight.
The state owns the complete shoreline all the way around the lake.
But if you tire of the beach life, you can still take in Mother Nature at its finest from the comfort of your car on the 125-mile Scenic Drive. And if you're doing that, you might as well stop at Parnell Tower. It's a short hike and mostly uphill, but well worth the trek.
It's just a very panoramic viewpoint, very peaceful. It's a great view.
From the top, you can look out at about 30 miles to the south and east and take in a view like no other.
Parnell Tower is the highest point in the Kettle Moraine State Forest northern unit. It's a 60-foot tower on top of an esker, which is another glacial landform.
This is the Kettle Moraine State Forest, a place that would be hard to see all of in just one summer.
Because it's so big, it's a great way to come back year after year.
But for the right guests, it could be the perfect challenge.
We're in the business of making memories.
Covering small towns in Campbellsport, located just within the Kettle Moraine State Forest. I'm Eric Kress with NBC 26.
And
Within the forest, you can get into everything from mountain biking to cross-country skiing or fishing.